we on back in business for sure now.
Okay. Let me see. Get back to my home video at.
Back in business, despite of some minor technical difficulties, we back on, baby. What's happening with it? How late can you say Happy New Year? After 2 weeks?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't say Happy New Year after like the first week of the new year. It was me.
I don't want to give away the sauce. I do want to go live, but I don't want to be giving away the sauce like that.
What you mean?
Just like giving access to like a behind the scenes of us doing the recording, because we're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not like we did the hot takes. Didn't we do that live? That wasn't live either.
We did that live. Yeah, we did.
For real?
We definitely went live on hot takes.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I don't even know. I didn't even see how many views that was in. Which one was the when Trump the Venezuela thing did?
Oh, that was the one that was before New Year's, I think.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
We're working, man. Shouts out to us.
For sure.
Man, look. So you said before we had to fix the technical difficulties, you said you're gonna call this one what? This episode?
We're gonna call this Season 3, Episode 2 of the Man Cave Memoirs with your hosts,
B Trill, Brandon. What's up? You call me Brandon. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Put it there.
Put it there.
Also known as Best in the Flesh on Instagram. Y'all can follow him right now. My name is Tony Tone, otherwise known as Urban Demand, and we make up the hosts of the Man Cave Memoirs, a safe space for male conversation. And we are on Season 3, Episode 2. Feel pretty good, man. I think we're getting the swing of things, being pretty consistent. For lack of better words. I can put it here if you want to.
Nah, you good, bro. That's kind of a distraction. I'll probably just go live on Instagram. Hell, I can go live on that because I ain't got enough.
Storage bandwidth.
Nah, that's not that. I ain't got enough. Like I can't go live on Instagram anymore because I gotta have like 1,000 followers to go live. I think.
We got 2 pause on here for next time. We can think about it.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
How was your week, man?
What's today?
Today is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
So my last week was decent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my weeks are great. Honestly, it's always good. Every day is a great day. However, just still recovering over like the flu or whatever was going around Christmas. Had me down pretty. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good, but this time I didn't do any medical attention, like getting any meds or anything. Just kind of did the over-the-counter route, which is okay. I normally hit up the doctor and get some script, you know what I'm saying, some antibiotics, whatever, but, you know, just kind of just watered it out, you know, drinking fluids and getting some rest and stuff like that. How about you?
I had a pretty eventful week. What is it, the second week?
Mm-hmm.
Second week of January. I did 8 states.
Nice.
In 48 hours, a little over 48 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, so Valdosta to Jacksonville, Florida. From Jacksonville, Florida to Chicago, Illinois. From Chicago, Illinois to Traverse City, Michigan, which is right on Lake Michigan. Traverse City. Sorry if I butchered that, guys, but that was really cool. Really beautiful. Cold, but beautiful. Like, first time I really just seen snow outweigh the grass. It would just be asphalt and snow. So that was cool. From there to San Antonio, did some podcast shooting in San Antonio. Picked up a package. When I say package, we have an import-export business. So we transport small pets and animals from home to home or new home. And I went to Phoenix, and Phoenix was cool. From Phoenix to San Diego to Charlotte, Charlotte back to Jacksonville, and I did it all in like 2.5 days.
a lot of moving around, man.
It was, man. I'm trying to break a record this year on how many new places I can go to. So all of those places are new except for Jacksonville. I've never been to any of those places until today or this week.
I haven't been to San Diego. That's one of my
San Diego is
top
really
places.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but I know that the weather's always nice and it's just the beautiful scenery looks wonderful. You know what I mean? I think I've been to all the other places you mentioned though.
yeah, them folks was charging like $65 for an eighth. Beat it.
In the shops.
Yeah,
That's
$65, $75 for an eighth.
that's what's up. Well, traveling is always fun. One of my favorite pastimes. I haven't did anything yet this year. Definitely want to get something planned for my birthday in about 30 days. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have any idea of what I want to do, but I just
No thoughts at all?
nah. I mean, last year for my birthday, I went to New York, and that was a big deal for me because that was my first time there. And it was awesome. Stayed there a few days, dolo, just kicking it in the city.
What did you do in New York? What was a memorable moment of New York for you?
I attended the EYL event that was all about AI, stuff like that. You know, just the future of business and stuff, and just really seeing all the things I've seen growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that was just like, dang, I'm seeing this stuff. I'm here. You know, feeling like what's buddy name? Macaulay Culkin, Kevin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just in New York, looking around, looking at the buildings. You know what I'm saying? Like the first day, I look like a straight up tourist. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm down at Times Square, all of this right here. You know what I'm saying? And not even knowing that they have paparazzi that are just everywhere taking pictures of everything, trying to catch celebrities. But they also take picture of tourists and be like, hey, check this out, this dope picture of you I got. And it's like, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shit. Everything, just all it, you know, just subway, flying in, seeing the city from the aerial view, from the airplane. It's like, that shit is mind blowing how big that city is.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts of traveling is landing in a city, especially at nighttime and you can see the lights.
Yeah. That's for sure, man. I gotta definitely get some more miles in, air miles in. I really been kind of, you know, low-key kicking it. But it's all good, man. Glad you had safe travels and return back to the beat. Come back and do a episode 2, season 3.
For sure.
Of the Man Cave. What's up, y'all? Listen. So what's going on in the culture, man? Like what you been seeing in the news, in the tabloids, in your timeline? What you done seen that's done caught your attention today?
Oh man, one of the biggest things that I've seen recently, popular internet sensation Druski just dropped his recent skit. So Druski dropped his recent skit of being a mega church pastor, and it is hilarious to me. He's at 200,000 comments. He now has 6 videos that have 6 figures in the comments, man. He's just really doing his thing, and I'm looking at the production of the skits. This mega church skit was well thought out. He got like extras in the crowd. He actually is in the church.
Yeah.
The smoke techniques, him actually suspended in the air, like he put a lot of time, energy, and probably money into the skit. But It was definitely funny, man. He's in a league of his own. I think he's probably going to be one of the funniest comedians of this generation.
I mean, I agree. And it's just, you know, in this generation, this time, comedy is different anyway. It's like this whole internet comedian thing, it's like they don't, you know what I mean? It's like they didn't have to go through the fire like Eddie Murphy and all that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they bypassed the stand-up and getting approval that way. But yeah, that skit is hilarious, bro. Like I saw some people reposting it and putting their own opinion. You know how people repost with a comment and they was like, when you're reading it, it's like, damn, it's a skit. Is he crossing the line? Because they made it seem like he's crossing the line on the skit, because it's getting a lot of negative backlash too. You know, it's getting a lot of support though. because people are in agreement that the mega church pastors are flashy, flamboyant, greedy.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, there are people in the church of the cloth, in these mega churches, who are living extremely well endowed and luxurious lifestyles to be pastors and members or men of the scripture, so to speak. So, if you gave all the money back to the people and you just lived off a meager salary, you wouldn't have mansions and jets, and you wouldn't wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton to service. But
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and we're talking about churches with thousands of members. You know what I mean? That pay weekly tithes and offerings. You know what I mean? And this isn't, for the sake of the pastors, they're not just pocketing every single dollar that comes in. They got to keep the church lights on. They got to keep, what I mean? If they build new churches, it's, I can see why a lot of people are offended, about a skit. But, Druski himself as a comedian, he's just funny, period. Like, you know what I mean? Even if he's not trying to be funny, he's funny. But his skits lately have been just like, pushing the envelope, for sure.
Yeah, those Hebrew Israelites didn't like their script. Their skit.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That one was...
the white face skit. I mean, well, just like you said, he's a comedian, man. I think this day and age, people are too sensitive, and they miss out on the fulfillment of the artistic expression and comical relief. I mean, we know he's joking. It is what it is.
Yeah, that skit is pretty funny, man. Speaking of skits, man, 50 Cent, you hear what he did?
What did he do?
Outside of the documentary and, all that stuff that's going on, I'm sure this was already in the works, but he's opening he's building an entertainment hub in Shreveport. He recently opened the G Unit Films and the G Unit Studios in Louisiana somewhere, but he's...
No, it's in Shreveport. Yeah.
It's in Shreveport also? Okay.
Shreveport.
So he's doing that. He's investing $124 million, and it's going to generate over $18 billion projected, and it's supposed to bring over 6,000 jobs to the state itself, not just Shreveport. So, when it comes to production and all that, you know what I mean? Just all those assistants and all the hands that are needed on deck when you put it together, the type of stuff he does, you know what I mean? The level of production he does. So that's pretty cool. I wasn't really a big fan of the move he did with the documentary, you know what I mean? How that is going. I think that was pretty messy, but, that's just my opinion. But
yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I'm a fan of 50. He is probably the world's biggest troll. But I just had mixed feelings as well about the documentary. I just think that there's certain things we should and we shouldn't do when it comes to our community and having etiquette and things like that. But 50 is 50.
Yeah, 50, aka Ferrari.
So the Natty, man, college national football championship.
Miami and the Hoosiers. Who would have guessed the Indiana would be playing in the? Who would have guessed that the Indiana would be competing at that level for the national?
Who would have guessed the Indiana Hoosiers and Miami Hurricanes would be playing in the Natty? I would have never guessed it. I'm rooting for Miami.
Miami's gonna win it
for sure.
That caliber, the caliber athletes down in Miami. Or just South Florida and versus
in general.
Yeah, that from the
It's going down on Martin Luther King Day, January the 19th on Monday. I know Miami is gonna be lit.
Lit ski.
The cheapest tickets that I seen was like $1,300.
No way.
Yeah, and those were nosebleeds.
Oh, to the game.
Yeah.
Like talking about airplane.
Nah, some of those tickets are like 10, 20 bands, bro.
Where are they playing? In the Citrus Bowl or whatever?
They're playing in
the Orange Bowl.
I forgot the name of the stadium. It was on the tip of my tongue. I should pull it up. But have you seen the kid Malachi Tony?
Mm-mm.
Malachi Tony is the star freshman, supposed to be a senior, but he was able to graduate early. He's 18 years old, crushing it.
Is he plays for Miami?
He plays for Miami.
He's quarterback?
No, he's like a tailback.
And he's
18
He's
years
a
old.
freshman, but he's supposed to be a senior in high school.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Balling. Look him up when you get to the house, man.
I will, man. Shout out to all the Miami Hurricane fans. Shout out to the Hoosiers fans, too, but shout out to all the Miami Hurricanes fans, because here in South Georgia, we got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, Miami has been coming up short a lot of the years recently. I don't think Miami's played in a national sense, but Dan Marino. In
early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Early 2000s.
So, yeah, so shouts out to the Miami fans. Shouts out to all the Florida college fans, because we got a lot of them here. The UF, FSU, Central, Southern, South Florida. But speaking of football, the coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin,
stepped down.
Wow. Which they probably told him, do it or we're gonna fire you, because they're gonna be looking for their fourth coach since their origin, since they started. They've only had 3 coaches. He was there for 19 years, 19 seasons.
So you think like he's getting old and outdated?
I mean, he's lost like 7 or 8 first-round playoff games over the last playoff times they've been to the playoffs. I don't think they've been consecutively for the last 7 seasons, but he's lost the first round. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't got past the first round like 7 times, the last 7 times they've been. So, and you know, it's dope to be a coach for a team that long, almost 2 decades. You know, I know he won 1 Super Bowl with Roethlisberger back in the day, but
Big Ben.
Yeah, but you know, all good things come to an end, man. It's the end of an era. You know, they should be looking for a coach that's going to be there another 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Best wishes to Mike Tomlin. You know, it's dope to see a black quarterback in the NFL, black coach in the NFL. You know what I mean? They black head coach in the NFL. You know, I don't know the dynamic of his agreement or whatever, and you know what kept him there so long. But you know, he loved this team, loved the city, gave him a Super Bowl. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that Super Bowl is big, man. Folks can ride the Super Bowl wave for years.
Yeah, but after like 2 decades, you gotta get you another one.
For sure.
Yeah, while we're talking about sports, man, let me dial in on my man John Cena. John Cena, professional wrestler, action superstar in theaters. John Cena holds the record for having the most Make-A-Wish visits out of any other celebrity. And I think he's at like 650 visits, which is a lot. And that's just amazing to be able to juggle a career in sports, acting, and still be able to be philanthropic and charitable and make time for the kids. So that's really, really dope.
That's dope, because to be seen over 650,000 times by the kids when his catchphrase is "You can't see me." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's dope, though. John Cena, he kind of came in the game like when I was...
Were you a wrestling kid?
Man, come on, man. My brother has a cut on his eye from a leg drop I did on him on the bed, and there was a wire sticking out. You know, the mold box springs?
I'd seen that scar on his face. That's what it's from?
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. That was a scary day, but you know, he was younger. He's younger than me, so I used to do suplex, body slam. Like, we used to wrestle all the time, bro. Like, all the toys, the games, like pay-per-view every SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. Like, back in the day when it was like $50, you know what I'm saying, for the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. My dad used to. But he was a wrestling kid too.
Your dad? Yeah. Okay, so he was into it.
Yeah.
So y'all would all be in the living room, dad and sons watching. That's dope.
Yeah, man. But by the time John Cena came along, because he did 20 years, 26 years or something like that in the WWE. He did at least 20.
Yeah, so we were kind of transitioning out of wrestling every time he was coming in.
Because, you know, NWO was over, like that whole...
DX.
Yeah, all that was kind of over. That was like when we were getting out of high school, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or whatever. But, you know, I love the entertainment aspect of it. You know, even before I realized that it wasn't that I wouldn't say fake. Of course, I would never disrespect the sport I love. You know what I'm saying? But I would say that some of the acts are scripted. You know what I'm saying? It's role playing in a sense.
Yeah, I love where wrestling now is becoming this. What's it called? Like feeder program. Professional wrestling is becoming
Pipeline.
a feeder program pipeline for the action movie industry. Because as you see, like they're all coming out. The Rock was probably the first one, highest paid actor.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you're right. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, John Cena is one. You got Batista, and now you got like half of the Street Fighter cast is WWE wrestlers. So
when's that supposed to drop?
Man, it's
This-
like
this
summer
year?
this year.
Should be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It should be good. But yeah, speaking of pipeline, Casanat, one of the legends in the game of content, you know what I mean? He's transitioning into fashion. He actually created a new YouTube channel documenting his transition, his journey into the fashion world.
Right. Vivid, I think, is the name of his clothing line. He's gonna
Okay. I don't know the name of the clothing line, but you know, shouts out to him. You know, he's carrying a big weight, like a big, you know, task, just being the guy. Well, he's not the head guy. He's one of the top guys in the content streamer space.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of
Pioneer.
them that we don't know about or don't, you know what I'm saying, keep up with like we know about Casanat and the people that are in his little circle, whatever. But
and then Casanat definitely opened up the doors for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like that whole amp house movement
Mm-hmm.
is crazy. So he's definitely a pioneer in his own right. But I would say that transition that he's going through isn't just him testing the boundaries, but it's like, you know, when a girl goes through a breakup and cuts all of her hair off, and it's like new year, new me. I think that he's kind of dealing with some post heartbreak decisions or aspirations.
Right, and I agree. And I mean, just making a move like this is, you know, you got, you know, 12 million fans and subscribers. You know, you're trying to take them in a new direction also. You know what I mean? You don't want them, you know what I mean? You gotta rebrand. It's like a rebranding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him, man, because that's tough to decide that, you know, you're going to pivot. And it's tough to decide that you're going to pivot and move away from, not move away, but just kind of shift from what people know you for and what people started following you for, started liking you for. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. Speaking of shifts and pivots, Fetty Wap just got out of prison, right? After his long bid, and he's saying that he has no interest in doing music again. Like, he's done with music. He wants to take his life in a completely different direction, and that, you know, the people that were in jail with him were telling him, you know, don't come back and don't do things that'll put you in the situation to come back. So I guess he feels like the environment that he was submerged in while doing music and entertainment was, you know, part of the reason why he became incarcerated. So interested to see what Fetty Wap is going to do. Is he going to try acting? Is he going to try sports? Is he going to become a gamer and a streamer? We don't know yet. We're going to see where all that goes.
A gamer, a streamer, is that something that was mentioned?
No, but you just see, like, that's
Streamer, I can see that.
a streamer and a game. Like, T-Pain said he makes more money streaming than off his music. Well, with the exception of him selling his catalog. I don't know if you've seen that.
I think I did see that.
Sold his catalog for some billions. No,
Really?
100 million, excuse me. T-Pain sold his catalog for 100 million. So now he's just living off that, making streaming money, doing shows, and having like that GTA gaming circle.
You know, I wonder, 100 million, I wonder if he would have kept it. I wonder if he would have accumulated 100 million over the next 30 years, 20, 30 years.
Maybe not.
In royalties.
Maybe. I would have sold my catalog for 100 million. What about you?
100 million is, I mean, just if you do the math and it makes sense. Like, I mean, look, hey, over the next 20 years, I probably wouldn't have made but 20 million in royalties. You know what I mean? But that just tells you if they bought it for 100 million, it's worth more than 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how would they? But you know, we don't know what is going to happen 10 years from now, 20 years from now when it comes to ownership of music and, you know, just the next wave, the next phase of how things could go. And, you know,
Imagine them wanting you to pay taxes on $100 million.
is that like half?
Yeah, I think it's 40%. That's why you gotta have, you gotta give a lot of money away with charity, which, you know, he's a smart guy, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, Derrick Rose,
Right.
the black basketball player that played for
The Bulls.
The Bulls, yeah, he's a big giver backer to the Chicago community and all that. You know what I'm saying? I said that because they're re-releasing his original shoe. Adidas is re-releasing his shoe. Yeah, they're actually about to retire his jersey in Chicago, man.
That means nobody else can get his number?
Right.
Wow.
Number one. And, you know, I know Derrick Rose had some bouts with some injuries, but he was a pretty good player, man. I just wanted to mention that, you know what I'm saying, because you were talking about people that, you know, giving back to the community, being active in the community. Yeah, I saw that he was going to be, I think it's Thursday, actually. This Thursday, the ceremony, yeah.
For sure. Something funny that I was looking at is that there's this guy running for governor in Florida on the Republican ticket, and he wants to combat this whole supercenter, AI sourcing, automation, and going back to like how Florida used to be, agriculture, citrus, things of that nature, more of an old-fashioned approach to governing Florida. But two interesting things that he said he was going to do was he was going to cut off aid to Israel and put money back into Florida. Interesting perspective. But the most interesting thing I seen him say is that he was going to initiate, if elected, 50% tax on all OnlyFans girls, called the sin tax, right? And the 50% would be used for schooling, teacher salaries to the tune of like $200 million. I think that's his projected goal. But what was funny about that, I was like, do you know how many chicks are going to be moving out of Miami somewhere else? Because they're not going to be giving up 50% to them, only 50% of that
Austin, Texas,
chicks.
make way.
Austin, Texas, New York.
That's crazy, man. 50%.
50%.
Man, that's crazy what kind of money them OnlyFans models can generate, though. Because just imagine, these girls are like 25 years old, bringing in $100,000 a month. Like, you know,
the thirst is real.
The thirst is undeniable. You know what I mean? But it's just like, what am I doing? What am I not doing to where I can be bringing in $100K a month? That's what I'm figuring out. 2026, I'm figuring it out. You heard it here first.
I think it's because you don't have boobs.
2026, we're gonna figure something out. We know that now, but hey, that has been stated. Hey, do you know Michael Pena, the actor?
What did he play in?
He's in Crash. Dang, it's kind of blurry.
Yeah.
Crash.
His daughter was like the Invisible Cloak. You never seen that movie?
Probably, but he's in Ant-Man. He's in The Martian.
Oh yeah.
Hey, shout out to one of my favorite actors, Michael Pena. Happy 50th, because, geez, man, this guy's in a lot of movies, and I could never think of his name. I never actually knew his name, but he's in a lot of movies, and he's a great actor. I don't know if you would consider his roles supporting roles, you know what I mean? But he's a great actor. Shout out to him. I know a lot of people probably don't know who I'm talking about by name, but you're probably going to watch a movie tonight and be like, that's that guy.
That's the guy they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sure.
man.
For sure. Did you see that they released some clippings?
Time out, I gotta go back because you were saying something about the guy that says if he's elected, he's going to tax the OnlyFans and whatnot.
Mhm.
Did you see where the Jeopardy host Kent Jennings, what he said about he'll elect or he'll vote for anybody that runs for president on the basis that they will, what's the word?
Terminate?
Nah, the Trump administration prosecute him or
Prosecute the Trump administration?
yeah, after the fact. You know what I mean? Anybody that runs on the basis that they will pretty much what Trump said he was gonna do when he got in, he was gonna go back and get people that got him put in jail and this, that, and whatever.
Or tried him.
Yeah, you saw how he was going back. He was going back, checking names off the list. And that's pretty much what the Jeopardy guy said. He's like, anybody that comes running for a president saying that part of their campaign, yeah, that's the word he used. Anybody that campaigns on the basis that they will prosecute the Trump administration has my vote.
Well, he better buy a vowel because I don't think he's going to get a W.
I mean, that's just a bold thing to say, you know,
It is.
especially being like host of Jeopardy. Not just Jeopardy, but just being a TV show host on a primetime weekly night show, and it just makes you think, like, you know, Jimmy Kimmel said what he said and got his show canceled. It's just like, dang, is he tired of doing Jeopardy? He trying to get the show canceled, or is he really feel that way, passionate about?
Or he's being energized by the opposing side. That could be a thing too.
I didn't think about that.
Dang, while we're speaking about politics, did you see the woman who got shot in Minnesota, the protester?
I did, man. I saw that shortly after it happened. I saw it on X, and it was, you know, the raw footage. A few days later, another camera angle showed up from the actual shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He had his camera in one hand and was able to back away from the car, maneuver away from the car, reach for his, you know, his firearm, and discharge it on the victim, all while holding his camera. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dang, if she was that much of a threat, you still was holding on to everything. So it's like, you know, just interesting times, man. Sad times, for sure.
Yeah, so I was looking at it too, man. Respects, and it goes out to the family of that protester. But
Renee Good
was her name. From my research, it's interesting. It's a touchy subject because, you know, I've been an advocate. I've been a protester before, and I understand that they were, you know, I would say that they were fighting for a good cause or a righteous belief. But there's still its protocols, and you know, there's consequences. So when I did my deep dive onto it, we learned that her and her spouse were part of an organized group who had organized and had the intentions of blocking off ICE with their vehicles. So, of course, an antagonistic gesture, but this is what protesters do when we feel passionate about something, is we're defiant. But from what I was saying is that it looked like the vehicle was driving at the officer, and that the officer, you know, might have been struck first before shooting. I think that he shot twice, from what I heard. The first shot actually killed her. The second shot went astray. But you know, it's just interesting. It's a sad story. I want to dissect it a little bit more, but I don't know. It's just a sad story. If I was engaging or driving towards or in the thought that I'm about to assault an officer with a deadly weapon, you know, I can understand that retaliation being made. But me also at the same time, I've been very revolutionary spirited, and if I was that passionate, trying to do that to where I, you know, shot at an officer or trying to hit an officer with a car, that means that I'm ready to make the ultimate sacrifice, me personally, you know. And you know, I've felt emotionally moved to do that, to where I'd be willing to die for what I believe in. So,
but see, I agree with what you're saying. did you know there were two officers in that situation? There was one that was walking up to her saying, "Get out the car, get out the car," get out. And that right there, you're fleeing. I guess she was, saying she was in the process of eluding. I don't know though, man. Just like you said, the first shot killed her. So I mean, he went straight for a kill shot. You know what I mean? Gotta edit that out. But he went straight for,
on a live shot.
Yeah, he went straight for, like, it wasn't like a disarm or, like a, in the hand or something. Like, get your hand off the steering wheel or something. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you're out of here.
Yeah, man. Crazy times that we're living in.
Very. Speaking of, I got a curveball.
What's up?
90% of men are okay with not having a big wedding or no wedding party at all.
I'm completely part of that 90% of men that don't care about a big wedding. They don't care about a big wedding party. I don't even care about a wedding, period, because a wedding is just a legally binding contract with the state. I mean, it's just a piece of paper. So
marriage is that, not a wedding.
Marriage is that. Well, yeah.
Wedding's just a ceremony.
Wedding is the ceremony. So, like, I don't care about a big wedding. I would rather make memories than spend. I would rather spend, I don't know, $30,000 budget, spend $500 at the courthouse and $25 traveling and having an awesome honeymoon versus putting $30,000 into a wedding.
$30,000 into a wedding is a bit much, if you ask me. But hey, that's just because I'm looking from my financial standpoint. But if I had 30,000 and I was, to some people, 30,000 is a little wedding, small wedding.
Right.
It's a small wedding. 100 people, caterer, blah blah blah, all that. You know what I mean? That, or not even 100, but 30 to some people. But that's not the issue, not the price. We're just talking about having the party or whatever. I could do courthouse, but I would like a small ceremony. It could be 10 people. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 50, 100. Yeah. It's just a little fun fact I came across, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely a part of that 90% as well.
Yeah, for sure. Do you see what's going on in Iran with the currency?
I didn't.
Completely dropped. Like, collapsed. Their whole infrastructure is collapsing right now. Almost 1 million ruble, I think that's how you pronounce their currency, is equivalent to $1. So I don't know how this is going to go, especially with the international geopolitical climate that we're in right now. Iran, China, and Russia are three of the big world titans that rival the United States. So, the collapse of a currency can be devastating. So I'm interested to see how this plays out for their country. But, I don't feel like we're too far behind with the potential collapse of currency. But then again, I don't know. We're taking all this oil and stuff like that, which, if you look at the news, I think Trump has took our trade deficit, Trump has took our trade deficit from like 150K, something like that, down to like 123 trillion, down to like 23 trillion. It might be billion, but that was the actual number. So like, I don't know if our currency is gonna stand up, if it's gonna crash and crumble. But I do see a lot of economic movements in terms of investing, crypto. I see the infrastructure being built to transition into something else. So it's interesting times for sure.
Very much so. Yeah, I saw something about 30 to 50 billion barrels of oil. Venezuela's supposed to be giving
300 billion,
or I think it was 30 or 50 billion or something like that, or whatever. It was in the billions for sure. But yeah, I saw that, and that kind of made me raise my eyebrows. Like, wow, this is a big amount of oil, a large amount of oil to acquire at one time. yeah, man, this is a very interesting time. You know, it's been interesting ever since Trump's been in office, though. You know, whether it's been negative or things are just happening. You know, not necessarily positive, but just things are happening that aren't as negative as the other things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
What
That's
else
all
you
I
got for us?
That's all I got, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Before we end up this, just a little bit of entertainment. I know that we talked about briefly Street Fighter, but Avengers Doomsday is coming out in December of this year, and they're already starting to put out teasers of who's going to be in that movie.
Oh, really?
So it's like 9 or 10 prominent characters off the top of my mind. I know they had Thor in there, Professor X, Zuri, and M'Baku.
The young
from
Professor
Wakanda.
X?
No, they got bald-headed.
Patrick St. James, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Captain America. So this is going to be an interesting story. I really like how they're going into the multiverse of like DC Comics and Marvel to create these sideline stories. Interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's something that they probably didn't have much opportunity to do or to explore when Stan Lee was still around and running things, or just around. Not necessarily. Don't know if he was really had much control. But yeah, now that he's passed on, you know, this new things that they've been doing is pretty cool to see, man. They're keeping it entertaining and keeping it fresh and whatnot. So shouts out to them, man. Hope it's not a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, let's hope not. All right, man. Well, I had an exciting week, man. I'm glad to be back here with you today. I was going to talk about some of the movies that I seen last week because of being on the plane. I'm just watching movies. But we'll get into that a little bit later because I forgot some of the actual titles of those movies. I seen this one video, just why I'm telling you about it. Keanu Reeves plays Gabriel the Angel. Right.
It's called Constantine.
No. This is a comedy. Got Seth.
Was it Dogma?
Oh man, it got Seth Green in it. Is that his name?
Was Chris Rock in it?
No, bro. It got the funny little Indian guy. I forgot his name. Please don't crucify me for that saying that. And is that Seth Rogen that played on Pineapple Express?
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rogen and then Keanu Reeves. You gotta look that up. But he plays this. He plays this angel, and he doesn't have a lot of value as an angel. He's meant to look over people who text and drive. And then he comes across this guy who wants to end his life because life is going nowhere. And he gets fired by Seth Green.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. It's already out, actually, so y'all go check it out.
It's a good movie. Just know that. He really liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm going to find out what it's called real quick because I'm probably going to have to watch it now because he's in already. I like Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is one of my top 5 actors for sure.
I don't know about all that.
I would say top 5. I've been rocking with Keanu Reeves since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and I was a kid watching that. Speed, you remember Speed with the bus?
Good Fortune.
Good Fortune, yes. I watched that video.
His name is Aziz Ansari.
Aziz Ansari. He's a comedian.
Mm-hmm. He's funny.
Yes.
Really funny. I like that stand-up. Boy, he's probably done several, but he had a stand-up maybe around the pandemic time when he kind of was popping and kind of got out there. Yeah, it was pretty good. Shout out to Netflix that be giving folks them stand-ups when they be bubbling and, you know what I'm saying, them stand-ups that push them over into stardom, into the, household, make them household names and whatnot.
For sure.
Shout out to Netflix also for the Netflix gaming. You know that they have the stuff where you can sit at, like say we're having a kickback. You can put an app on your phone, it turns your phone into a controller and we can all be playing games on Netflix.
I did not know that.
Yeah. One more time. Shout out to Netflix.
Big shout out to Netflix.
Big shout out to Netflix for starting the podcasting. Charlemagne is going to be one of the podcasters going to Netflix. You know, Charlemagne got the $200 million iHeartRadio, $200 million for 5 years, and he's getting he's going to be on Netflix with his his podcast network, his podcast
Conglomerate.
yeah, that he's got going.
Yeah, shout out Charlamagne.
So yeah, Netflix is doing it big, man. If it's still under $100 a share after this, you know, they had the split. Man, look, that Netflix in 3 years, it'll be back to 1,000. No,
it was
cap.
at 1,000.
It was at 1,100, and they did a 10-to-1 split, and it brought it down to 110. But over the past month or two since the split, it's at like $90.
10-to-1 split meaning they gave disbursements to everybody.
Meaning that if you had one share at 1,100, then now you have 10 at 110, whatever. But they do it so people can start buying in, because $1,000 a share is too much for your retail buyers to get in. You know what I'm saying? So they do a stock split, and you know, and like I said, man, the way Netflix is going, they've already won the streaming wars, in my opinion. So the way Netflix is going, in 10 years, that stock should be back up to $1,000, if not sooner. And I'll tell you what it is right now.
I thought you had it on Robinhood.
That's on that phone right now. Gotta keep my everything separate, man.
For sure.
But yeah.
I mean, technically you're recording on your investment.
$90.
$90, not bad.
$90, bro. Let's see.
Open at 89.
With a market cap of $402 billion.
Crazy work. Crazy work. And while we're talking about that, we want to let you know this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice, and we are not financial advisors. So do not use this information for investment purposes. Go do your own research and your own due diligence.
Right. And Netflix is RSI is hovering around 25.
RSI.
Yeah. So that means that it is underbought right now. Very underbought.
So there's a lot of room in the market, basically.
Yeah, I would grab it up at. I don't think it's gonna go lower.
No.
You know what I mean?
I need to wear some option plays.
Yeah, a leap play, like something for next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We'll see. Y'all tap in and tell us if y'all want that financial stuff too. Y'all want that financial stuff? Do y'all want that financial stuff?
I think
tap in.
Financial stuff.
Y'all tap in.
Man, it's always a pleasure, man. Glad to be back in the groove, man. I love what we're doing. I think we're getting more consistent. The flow is getting better. And we're on multiple platforms now. So you can find us on Spotify. We're on YouTube as well. More episodes.
Thanks. Nah, you good. That's right. Yeah, look for us at InvestFest 2026, man.
Yeah, big shout out to them EYO boys. InvestFest 2026 going down August of 2026. It just dropped the dates. I forgot it off the top of my head, but if you don't have tickets, you need to get tickets. That is somewhere you want to be. InvestFest 2026. Myself will be there. Brandon Tillman, Best in the Flesh, will be there. My guy Drip is gonna be there. A lot of other prominent faces are gonna be there. It's always a start.
229 gonna be in the building.
For sure.
229 gonna be in the building this year.
Make sure you get those InvestFest tickets because it's going down in Atlanta, Georgia, August 2026.
And on that note, it's been real, y'all. We'll catch y'all next time, man. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah. Man Cave Memoirs.